let's talk about NATO and what's going on here. So this was in Covert Action magazine. I found the day before Halloween. NATO had plans for a preemptive strike on Russia using the cover of a French-led naval exercise in the Mediterranean. Again, this may not be that much of a surprise, but now we're actually like finding out the real truth. So revelations further underscore mendacity behind Biden administration claim that Russia's invasion of Ukraine was unprovoked. What a surprise, right? Again, I don't think that this is really much of a surprise, but it coming out in official writing, I don't see too many people talking about this. So Polaris 21, large-scale French naval exercise in the Mediterranean that took place November 18th to December 3rd, 21, off the island of Corsica between France and Italy, right? Officially, aim of the training was to test the capabilities of the sea and air elements to face future wars, using the latest systems and naval vessels to develop tactics, right? So
switch virtual webcam so we can actually read.
Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah, right. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah, you can see it, but not really as well. Cool. Scenario of the exercise, which saw the participation of 23 ships, 1 submarine, 65 aircraft, 6,000 personnel from 6 NATO nations, including the U.S., was to enable the Allies maintain control of the Mediterranean in the event of a threat from the Russian Air Force and Navy. Well, that's kind of weird, right? Like, what's up with that? Journalists have come into possession of documents which detail plans for the NATO coalition to use Polaris exercise to send a French carrier strike group to preemptively attack Russia in the case of a Russian invasion of Ukraine, which the U.S. and NATO were in the process of already provoking. UK signed an agreement with Ukraine that granted it access to naval bases in Ukraine that could be used to attack the Russian Federation. Holy crap. And when was this? This was before February 24th, guys.
Right. Okay.
All right. So, according to Slavisha Batko-Milicic, writing in Global Village Space, Polaris 21 exercise became for the Russian Federation a signal of the real preparation for NATO for the start of hostilities against it, as happened when a full-scale U.S.-NATO military operation to effect regime change in Libya, which is Operation Odyssey Dawn, followed 2 NATO air-sea exercises in 2010. Right, and this is the one over Libya, one of the jets. So again, covert action. I'm just ripping all the stuff. We're trying to get more visual, trying to make it a little bit more appealing. So, what is this Defender 21? Well, the Polaris 21 was carried out in conjunction with the U.S. Army and Europe Africa exercise Defender Europe 21. So now all of them are carrying out all these joint exercises together. This is like one of the largest exercises I remember them reporting on this in quite a long time. It was set up under the premise, again, that Russia was an aggressor power like the Nazis, though it was the Soviet Union that had stood up to the Nazi invasion, of course, in World War II. We knew that.
Yeah.
Right? But significantly, perhaps, headquarters of U.S. Army, Europe, Africa's command for the so-called Eastern Front is in Wiesbaden, Germany, which was headquarters for the Nazi Wehrkreis 12 during World War II. That's bad. It's Wehrkreis. That's awful.
Everything's going in reverse.
Right? So this is literally like all the different participants and exercises. This is just massive, okay? And this came from Janes.com. You have NATO and OTAN, and that's our friends with the she-bills like to put that logo up. But from the Russian point of view, its SMO in Ukraine was necessary in the face of a potential preemptive strike by NATO, combined with the fact that NATO wanted to use Kiev as a base for conducting a war against the Russian Federation. That I wasn't I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Ukraine has now very clearly evolved into a proxy war. I don't think anybody, even Congress admits that now. The West aimed to overthrow Putin's government, fitting the pattern of past military interventions against nationalist regimes in Libya, Ukraine, Syria, and Iraq. They're looking to set up Ukraine to be the next version of that, right? So what happened in Syria? Russia supported sovereignty and legitimate government of Assad, while U.S. and EU supported various jihadist groups like Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra, actually ISIS even, which is in Arabic called Daesh, right? Which is all the terrorist groups. Yeah,
which according to mainstream press is a conspiracy theory.
Right. right? So Wikipedia, and not WikiLeaks, but Wikipedia, the Intel one that's controlled by the Intel state, reported
all
that
facts.
20 right yeah, the government approved facts. They even
Yeah.
reported that 26 NATO members participated in Defender Europe 21, a U.S. Army-led military exercise, including operations in the Baltics that extended into March. This is after the SMO had already begun. All right, this month, 14 NATO countries are participating in a follow-up exercise, Steadfast Noon, designed to train flight crews to handle thermonuclear bombs.
Which we covered on INN News for sure.
Yeah.
Why?
That's coming out of Berlin, right?
Yep. So again, these exercises assume Putin's willingness to use nuclear weapons, even though Russia was put on high nuclear alert because of heavy U.S. and NATO provocation. U.S. leaders have been the ones way more frequently threatening nuclear war and talking about the fact that they're pushing us, that we're being pushed to the brink. No, they're pushing us to the brink.
Right.
Right. So in 2019, Trump admin withdrew from the INF treaty, okay, which put a cap on the deployment of U.S. and Russian strategic warheads. And there's the picture of Reagan and Gorby famously signing that. Right. This was a good example of the move away from diplomatic engagement by U.S. leaders waging a new Cold War that has already become hot. And it's scary.
It's like the amount of stupidity from people at the top of the military industrial complex who are, they're only looking at the profit part of it, but they really think that this can't go to a hot war, or I don't know what they're thinking, or they're just totally out of control. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I have to turn you up, Reef, a little bit. No, I should.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't.
Here, I can
you're good.
pull this closer a little.
Oh yeah, that's much better. There you go.
How about that?
Yeah.
That work?
Yeah.
Well, I mean they just got their kill streaks in Call of Duty. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much what they're waiting for.
Yeah, just play so much Call of Duty. They think it's real life.
Yeah, they think it's a tactical that they can do somehow limited nuclear warfare. That's what they think is possible.
I don't even know how to define that sentence.
Yes,
Spoopy!
but it's like,
Spoopy
what's up,
is in
Spoopies?
the house.
Yeah,
Spoopies. And we've got Screw Google. What's up, Screw Google? I remember you from HLM chats. Yeah, Restream Bot is actually relaying chats from the INN, from the Indie News Network channel over to Indie Left News and vice versa. Because we've got both of them hooked up, as well as relaying chats from Twitch. So you can see the chats that are coming over from Twitch or any other platform.
Wow.
Yes, thank you, Reef. Appreciate that. So that was our first story. That was a quick one. I like that. I like
beautiful.
The next
Nothing
story
like make you feel good. A feel good story.
Yeah. We cover a lot of feel good stories over here.
Just the end of the world as we know it.
Yep, we're definitely
gonna die. Hey, okay, next story.
Yep. Okay, so there's nuclear war, and there was us prepping for nuclear war before we even before anything had. Now again, this was November, December of last year. This was a massive operation. There's another one happening now, and again, but Putin's the bad guy, right? Putin's the bad guy.
Yeah.
This looks like the start to a friendly judo match.